Well, students, from today we have to start a new chapter in our book Microeconomics, and chapter name is Theory of Demand. So let's start. And first thing which we study is the meaning of the term demand. Now, what is demand? Well, demand refers to different possible quantities of a commodity that a consumer is ready to buy at different possible price of a commodity. Let's suppose a commodity we have sugar. Okay, so demand refer to different possible quantities, the various quantities of sugar that a consumer is ready to buy. Let's suppose sugar of 1 kg, sugar of 5 kg and sugar of 10 kg. Consumer is ready to buy. Now consumer is ready to buy 1 kg sugar, consumer is ready to buy 5 kg sugar, and consumer is ready to buy 10 kg of sugar. But what a rational consumer do when he go to the shop, he didn't ask the same price for the all the quantity. Let's suppose if 1 kg of sugar is of 30 rupees, then he would not ask for the 5 kg sugar as the same. Then 5 kg of sugar may be of 150 rupees, and that's why 10 kg of sugar simply is of 300 rupees. Wait a while. So where were we? Yes, if a consumer have a commodity, let's suppose the commodity is sugar, and a consumer have to buy various commodities of a sugar like 1 kg, 5 kg or 10 kg, but the rate of all three various quantities differ. So we can say demand refers to the different possible quantities. What are different possible quantities here? 1 kg, 5 kg and 10 kg that a consumer is ready to buy at different possible price, that is rupees 30, rupees 150 and rupees 300. Then it is called demand. Well, demand is something which a consumer demand when he go to a shop, when he asks for various quantities for various price, is simply is the demand. Well, there is another meaning for demand, that demand for a commodity is the desire. What is desire? Desire is a wish to buy the things. Desire to buy a commodity backed with sufficient purchasing power. Purchasing power here means the amount of money which you have in your pocket. And one more thing you must have willingness to spend the amount. It means three things are required to complete demand. One is the desire for a commodity, means, so let's suppose the sugar, I must have a desire to buy the sugar. Another one is purchasing power. Purchasing power is the money which I must have before buying the commodity. And third one is the willingness to spend the money. Let's suppose if a consumer have 100 rupees in his pocket, he want to buy sugar but he is not wish to spend that amount, then this is not demand. Demand get completed when all three things includes, that is desire to have a commodity, sufficient purchasing power and the willingness to spend. This completes a demand. These are three component of demand. Next one is quantity demanded. As I told you in my last slide, that we have taken an example of sugar. We have taken an example of sugar and we have three different quantities: 1 kg, 5 kg and 10 kg. Let's suppose 1 kg of rupees 30, 5 kg of rupees 150 and 10 kg is of 300 rupees. Now a consumer decide that he have to buy 5 kg of sugar for rupees 150. These are the demand which a consumer asks, but what choice a consumer make finally to buy the product is called the quantity demanded. in the available quantity from 1, 5 and 10. If a consumer choose 5 kg of sugar, then quantity demanded is 5 kg. It refers to specific quantity to be purchased, again specific price of a commodity. Here specific quantity is 5 kg and specific price is 150 kg. Okay. Now there is a topic demand schedule, and as we all know that demand schedule is the tabular presentation. In demand we have two things. One is the price of a product and another one is the quantity of the product. So here demand schedule present two things, price of a commodity and quantity of a commodity, and of course with the relationship with each of them. There are two types of demand schedule. Demand schedule is the one is the individual demand schedule. In individual demand schedule, it is the tabular presentation which show only demand of an individual buyer or individual consumer of a commodity in the market. But when, if let's suppose there is only one individual, let's suppose A, and there are two individuals, one is A, another one is B in a market. Demand of A, if we compare only demand of A, we take individual demand schedule. If we compare only demand of B, we take individual demand schedule. But if we compare demand of A and B combinedly, then we would take in consideration the market demand schedule. It represents demand of commodity by all the consumer in the market. In this market, we have only two consumer, A and B. So if we respond to demand of A and B both, all the consumer in the market, then this is called market demand schedule. Let's take an example of an individual demand schedule. An individual, what he do of a commodity, let's suppose price of a commodity is 1, price of a commodity is 1, 2, 3, 4 increases and demand of a product decreases. This is because of law of demand, which we study further. Okay. So in this demand schedule, there is price and there is quantity demanded by only one consumer. So if a table shows price and quantity demanded of one individual only, then this is known as individual demand schedule. Now let's come to other market demand schedule. What is market demand schedule? In market demand schedule, there is price given of a product which do not change. Then there is QX, quantity demanded by consumer A and quantity demanded by consumer B. Because we assume that in a market there are only two consumers. And if we combine the demand of A and B, then this is known as market demand. Okay, and the schedule, the tabular presentation which shows market demand is known as market demand schedule. So till now this much we have to study. Next we'll look in our next class. Okay, thank you.